This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and it is Tuesday morning, August the 26th. Welcome to my desk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to remind you that the first Tuesday, I believe, in September, I will be going back to my 6 o'clock hours. 6 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. I was up and about, so I want to do some catch up on some things that, I am behind on, but I'll get there eventually. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me set things up over here on my tablet so I can see you all. Get to my live stream over here. There we are. And got an ad. Let's get out of the ad. It's Arlene. Hi, Arlene. Good morning, lady. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm setting up the quality to 1080. And there's Tina. Hi, Tina. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, good morning. Let me set my super chat on, my all messages, super chat. All right, well, Penelope's here with her. She's gonna get a new outfit one of these days. I have some happy mail from Judy Patton. Thank you, Judy. She's always so thoughtful. I'll tell you. I think I got this Saturday, and I hadn't opened it yet. She put some extra glue on it to keep it, I think. Here. I'm doing a rotten job opening the envelope. Feels packed in there. Feels thick. Thank you, Judy, in advance. What did she do? Oh, look. Cute little, I think they're little journals, or they're little envelopes with the little tag in here to hold it closed. And what is in here? Oh, it's a little notepad. Oh, that's so cool. I'll keep these out at my desk. Very cool. I can write things in here. Thank you, Judy. How cool is this? If I can get it back right. There we go. She sent me that one, and then she sent me this wonderful mixed media card. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I probably need to adjust my camera a little. Let's... I don't know if I made that better or worse. Oh, I really like that, Judy. Oh, and it's a birthday card. She says, hi, I hope you had a great birthday. I wish you many more. May God bless and keep you, Judy. I watch you. Oh, Judy. Judy is very active in Beth Schuler's group. Very cool. I'm going to put this in my mail bag, and I'm going to keep this one out. I think I'll put it right there. All right. Thank you, Judy. Isn't that nice, Tina? Tina had a birthday a few days ago, too, didn't you, Tina? Happy birthday late. I think I said happy birthday at one point, but I'll say it again. Well, I want to work on finishing up my postcards. And, yeah, Tina says, Arlene made me a nice birthday card. It took forever to get to me. We think it must have shuffled around the mail a little longer than necessary. Oh, well, Pooh, I am finishing up these postcards that I made, and I think I've got them divided here, and I've got some that I've already written on, and I'm going to put the owl, I'm going to stamp this owl out. He looks like this. And this, I don't know if you can tell or not, it's got that glossy, and I hope that isn't going to be a problem. I might stack these all together. I think these were still a little wet but I'll stack them together, so I don't want them getting stuck on anything in the, that one's damaged. Probably keep that one for myself. I don't want them getting stuck in the mail. That's why you don't get things that get stuck. I hate to put anything on this glitter glue, but I think it was a little wet when I stacked these things together, so I'll make sure that it's all good before I put them in. Okay, these are written on, so they're ready to go except for the, well, I don't like my little owl, just, I might put, I ordered some white pens. They should be here tomorrow. So these are all, is there only one there? No, there's two. This one, I think I can heal it. I painted it, and I think that's where one of those paint bubbles was. See, I got a paint bubble in here. I think I can fix these. Maybe sand it a little. I have an emery board here someplace. So that one and this one need fixed. These are done. There's 1, 2, I'll fix this one too. I got too impatient with my heat gun. I'll fix them. So it goes over there. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting those. I was at Dollar General yesterday. I had to go get my car license. I stopped at Dollar General, and I bought some dollar aisle. I bought some what I thought were like trash bags. They're not even as big as a grocery bag. I'll use them to put my orange peels in. Look at this. Got another one to fix here. I'm not sending them out this way. So I've got one. Yeah, these all need to be fixed. I got way too impatient. Too thick with the paint and too impatient with the heat gun. 2. That one's okay. 3. That one's 4. 5. 6. I got about 18 of these, but they need to be worked on and fixed. Who's come in here? Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Good morning. And Dar. Good morning, Dar. It's good to see you. Tina and Arlene and Jacqueline. Jacqueline, put your link in for the sale coming up. I think you said this week it's going to be over at Lindy's. And can you tell us the times again? But you can go ahead and put a link to any information you have. Good morning, Jacqueline. Sylvia, good morning, Sylvia. I went to the post office late yesterday and I was there 15 minutes too late. They close in the afternoon. They close at 2:15. I'm going, that's the middle of the afternoon. I could hear them wrestling behind. All right, I need to write on these. I want to stamp. I'm going to stamp 18 of these. I need my ink. Let's get some ink. Ink, ink, ink. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, good morning. Oh, I better check and see. Did I say hello to everybody? Hold on, let me get my ink pad out. Dar is here, Tina, Jacqueline, Arlene. Good morning, ladies. Sylvia, Kimberly. I haven't seen you for a coon's age, Kimberly. Oh, I think you were in here the other day. Talc powder might help the sticky. I'll try that. Sylvia. I think the sticky was because it was this. This generally does not stick. This is that. Oh, it's a fine, extreme glitter paint, and I think it was still wet when I stacked these up. It generally does not stick. I think they were still damp, and when I stacked all of these up. So I think they'll be okay. I'm waiting for my white pen to come so that I bought some of those. This one I might have to trim a little. He's a little taller than the rest. I bought some of those Signal white pens, and I might do a white pen tree here, because I don't like him floating in the air. It's magic. But these I'm going to sand a little. I got a nail file, and I'll repaint those. So I'm going to stamp some stamps. Let's see. Sylvia's here, Dar, Arlene, Tina, Kimberly, Jacqueline says, cute shirt, Meri. Thank you. I like this shirt. It's really comfortable, and it's a soft cotton. The sleeves are just a little too short for my long arms, but, you know, that kind of helps when I'm arting, so and they're not comfortable enough. I guess I could roll them up a little. I could unbutton them and roll them up. But it's a comfortable blouse, and it fits me in the bust area. The sleeves are a little short, but the bust fits. You love gingham too? Yeah. This is a comfortable blouse. The cotton is not a stiff cotton. It's a nice soft cotton. Thank you, guys. There's Jacqueline and her pen. Let's and her site. Let's pen this. Pen message. There we go, Jacqueline. She says, I'll be selling with Lindy on Friday at 2 to 4:30. Then heading over to my channel to sell till 8:30 Saturday night. Oh, So when do you start on Saturday? Selling with Lindy, 10 to midnight. Oh, over to my channel to sell till 8:30. Oh, I see. So she's gonna, here's how I understand this. She says on Friday night she's gonna sell from, and this is Eastern time, 2:30 to 4:30 on Lindy's channel. Then she's gonna head over to her channel after she sells with Lindy on Friday and sell until 8:30. And that's 7:30 my time, Central Time. Then on Saturday night, she's selling with Lindy from 10 p.m. to midnight. So she's going to do a late, and that's that's unusual for Miss Jacqueline because she's early to bed, early to rise. Makes Jacqueline very, very wise. Early to bed, early to rise makes Miss Jacqueline very wise. Yeah, this definitely needs to be sanded. And I'm playing with those. I'm going to stamp some owls. Jack, let's see, what else do we have here? That's weird hours for the USPS. Yeah, they close early around here, you know, and I thought I had time to get there, but I'm going to go mail them today. I'll get them mailed, Sylvia. I got yours is all ready to go, and I'm sending some thank yous to the gals who attended my Fibdiggity Creators membership live stream last Thursday. And if you're out there and listening to this, and if you're a Fibdiggity creator, we are going to have another live stream this Thursday to make up our August live streams. This August really threw me off. I'm going down to the lake for a week, you know, and then you never quite get, I'm still looking for things I took down to the lake. I never quite find everything. Dawn, did Dawn pop in here? Good morning, Dawn. Dawn Boss, it's good to see you. White pins confound me. Yeah, I generally buy those Sakura white pins. But let me tell you, they don't last that long either. Jelly Roll pins. They're good for a while, then they all dry up on me. But the signal pins are a little bit better pins, but they cost a little more. Did you have a good birthday, Tina? Dara is asking. Tina says, I love cotton clothes. I can't stand polyester. Polyester just doesn't work in Florida. I'll bet it doesn't. I'll bet it gets sticky, doesn't it? I like polyester to a point. You know, it can be comfortable. But I have a whole bunch of leggings that I need to put new elastic in. I change my leggings. Well, you know, I wear a different pair every day, and I wash them a lot, and the elastic wears out. And I got a stack that I need to put new elastic in. I bought a pair of leggings yesterday at the dollar stores where I get them. I like to wear them around the house. They're nice and comfortable. Sylvia, they confound most people. I've heard professional calligraphers fuss about them. They're talking about the white pens. Yeah. She says, you are so right, Sylvia does. Dar says, Tina says, Dar, me too. I love gingham. Arlene and I were just talking about that yesterday. I bought myself a green gingham vest. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, members for 2 months. Fibdiggity friends, Tina is. Congratulations, Tina. Thanks for being a friend. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Tina. Oh, let's see. Arlene says, I love the Artisco white pens. I got those. Those are the ones that Dee Dee and Janet were using. And I got them and I couldn't get them to work. I must have got a bad one. Sakura, not for the price. They work great, but they run out fairly quick. I think that these, well, I dropped it. These Jelly Roll pens are Sakuras. I don't see but I do buy them at Hobby Lobby every now and then. But they generally, see, this has got ink in it. And they dry out for me. I can use them once or twice and then they're, yeah, I could probably fiddle with it and get it going. And then I don't like these pens in general. Signal's not, the Signal pens aren't too bad. But whenever I use white pens, it seems to me like whatever media they're on, it soaks in and the white gets very faint. I like my fine liners. Jacqueline says, for many years I worked nights and my body simply refuses to change. Oh, Arlene said that to Jacqueline. Yeah. The body does what it wants. Ah, Tina, thank you. She says, I appreciate you, Mary. You know what? I appreciate all of you guys. I sincerely do appreciate you. You just keep me going. Sometimes I have, I don't know what I did with I think I'll be okay, though. I think I have enough juice in here to, let's put a paper down. A scrap paper. All right, let's see, what else are we talking? Teresa, good morning, Miss Teresa. It's good to see you. Aw, Jacqueline, that's so sweet. She says, Mary, just feel. Yeah, I was telling you guys how much I appreciated you. You guys, you keep me inspired. You keep me going. Sometimes it's hard for me to get my groove on. Lately, it's been well, I've been busy doing other things, and the lawn needs to be mowed again. Ugh. Although it's been a couple weeks since I've mowed it. All right. Let's see what I can do here. And let's see. Hi, Diane. Messy Palette. Welcome in, welcome in. You're another one I need to watch more. I need to watch more. I went to the library yesterday. I got some books for my brother. I returned my books. And I checked out a book and I said, well, I'll try to read this. I'm not much on reading because I'm always on my phone. And, but I got it and I brought it home yesterday and I read it and I'm almost a third of the way through the book. Couldn't put it down. Teresa says, I'm on the phone, so I can't hear right now. Oh, she's on the phone. Teresa is. Vicky, what Vicky came in? Did I miss Vicky? Who's Vicky? Teresa says, hi, Vicky. Hi, Di. You read every day? Diane says she reads every day. I need to read more. If you follow my shorts, you'll see I did a short AI of great authors. And, you know, I went out and just reviewed the author's life as I did that. And I'm going, wow, I need to revisit some of these classics. Most of them I know, but, you know, I know the plot. All right, let's see what I have. I'm going to cut these out. That's fairly good, and a little bit of a line there, but I need at least 18 more of these owls. So I came home yesterday and what did I do? Unloaded my stuff. I've got stuff in the car that I need to get those law books sent out. I've got a mark there. I guess that was just a shard. I need to get those law books sent out. I want to work upstairs because it's finally getting cooler here. We've had such a hot, hot summer. And I want to work upstairs so that I can work down here. I need to sort out stuff to take upstairs. And it's cooler. We don't cool upstairs. It can get like 100 degrees up there. Sometimes I worry about it. But it seems to be okay. And I need to mow the lawn. I just need to do all this stuff. Tina says, lucky me, it's still hot in Florida. Oh. Now these are coming out all right. Got a mark there, but I'm going to cut these out so the little marks aren't going to bother me. So I've been keeping myself fairly busy. I need to start sorting, and I need to get to my craft closet, the little closet off to the left of me here, because I want to bring that shelf out. Well, I have to move all the stuff in front of the door. It's stuff I use, though. I want to get a cart to put over there in the corner so I can roll it in and then roll it out when I'm working here. But I need to get in that craft closet and unload that shelf so I can bring it out here. And then I will take a shelf back in there, which is a little bit smaller. I think it'll fit better. But it's a lot of moving stuff around. I got a little faint in there. I probably won't use that one. I was making sure I had this and I missed that. Teresa says, hi, Di. Arlene says, I can't see Vicky. I think that was a typo. I think she meant Teresa or Di. I realized I had the wrong Messy. Oh, you thought that was Vicky from the Messy Palette from the Messy Desk? The Messy Desk. She is, I think her last name is Brown. I'm not sure. She goes into Becky's chat a lot. Vicky does. Vicky. Messy Desk. She used to hang out, and she probably still does. I don't hang out with them anymore. I don't hang out with many people at all. I am on Goldie's Facebook chat group. I don't post much, but I read. I keep up with those gals. But Vicky used to hang out a lot with Cindy and Gina. Cindy Utter, Gina, Vicky. Oh, geez, a police chopper just buzzed us. I swear, it looks like it was going to touch the roof. Oh, my goodness. I hope they're not looking for somebody. Do you need bail money, Arlene? Lock the doors, Arlene. Make sure you're locked up. We don't want anybody creeping in. I don't think I can get another one. I usually do a face. Just do a head or two. Bail money. Arlene, lock your doors. Usually when they're flying that low, they're looking for something. I think I can get another one in there. They probably are looking for someone if they're flying that close to the ground. I was thinking that too, Tina. Yikes, Arlene, what have you done now? Kimberly wants to know. Did you scare the workers with your dolls again? Aww. Arlene says, here he comes for a third pass. I hope they catch the person. Oh my goodness. You make sure your doors are locked, Arlene. That's creepy. That would creep me out. I hope they catch him too. Try to find some local news, although it may not be on the news. If they're just started looking for them. I hope they catch him too. We're a quiet little town, but that doesn't mean we can't have... The last creepy thing that we had happen here was a young man killed his wife. And they had children. I think they just had an argument, and she got a gun out, and I think he was trying to take it away from her, and it went off. I don't know the whole story. That happened, that was the last creepy thing that I know of that happened here. It's second nature to lock my car door as soon as I get in. My husband says I'm silly, but better safe than sorry. Yeah. My brother never used to lock the doors, and when I first came down here, I insisted that I'd go around and check at night. Finally I convinced him, and he locks the door at night. Because you just never know. We don't know. We know our neighbors next door and around us, but we don't know everybody in this town. And you just never know. You know, people come and go, and you just never know. Yeah, I lock up too. I lock my cars, and I make my brother, we used to have that old shed, and it was an old house at one time. Well, he tore that down, but when it was still up there, he couldn't lock up very well, and he would get things stolen out of there. And I make him lock up that shed too. I keep things, we cleaned out behind that garage, the new garage, and I had some planters, and he had some stuff behind there. I went out there one day, and somebody had rifled all through that, looking for stuff. I need to fix that. Didn't quite get the end of his face like it over here. Didn't quite get it there, but it's kind of hard because I carved right out to the edge of the stamp here, and it's really hard to get that inked up. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day today, hopefully. I don't know how hot it's going to go. Arlene said, we're in a no-fly zone, so if a chopper is above, there's something serious going on. Ooh, that's scary. We have crop dusters do that. Fly close to the ground? We've got crop dusters here, but not too much. Not too many. Every now and then I see them. We saw one going down when we went down to the lake. Oh, we got our trees all trimmed. I am so happy. That happened last Friday and Saturday. I am so happy to get that one tree that was on the south of my where I sit in my chair. I'm just convinced that tree was going to fall on his roof, fall on my head. But he trimmed him up really nice. And there were some volunteer trees that were growing out there where our peonies are. And we cut down what we could, but some of them, that little chainsaw did not get that inked very well. Got some light ones there. I'm not getting enough ink on his wings. I might take a black pen and fill those in. I think I could do that. Just get them inked up really good here. Well, let's see. Even though my neighborhood is pretty safe, Tina says, I always double check my doors at night. I usually do. I usually do because we're in and out during the day, and sometimes we just forget. And sometimes he locks me out. Sometimes he locks me out. And I bang on the doors and he's deaf. I ring the doorbell several times. And he just does it by habit. I know that it's just a habit. I made a sign and put it on the door when I go out to work in the yard. The sign says, I'm outside. He laughed at it. But well, yeah, we got all those trees trimmed. Some of those trees were hanging so low that when I mowed the lawn, my head would bump into those branches. And I asked him to trim those branches. I said, I walk right into those branches with my lawnmower. And I said, I have to push the lawnmower, give it a shove ahead of me. Give it a shove ahead of me. And then I won't catch it on the other side. I won't have to do that anymore. Yay. And the lawn is going to need to be mowed again. I saw a video of a guy that was trapped on his balcony because his dog pushed the door shut and it auto-locked. Oh dear. I'm always afraid that's going to happen in the bathroom. We both use that bathroom quite a bit, so I would think that if I banged on it enough and waited a few minutes, he'd probably find me if it's just an old, I could probably yank the door off of in our old house, yank it off the hinges, but I wouldn't want to do that. I'd bang on it pretty loud. And our watermelon patch, we got a couple watermelons out of there. We planted it late. There's some squash out there, but they're vining out. They're almost taken over they're worse than the morning glory. They really have spread out. And I only had one little squash plant, and I'll bet it's gone 6 or 7 feet out each way. And I think my potatoes are getting ready to dig because the vines are drying out. I think I'll have some nice potatoes. I'm not sure. Juju pop in? Hi, Juju. Good morning, lady. Oh, got ink on my fingernail here. I'm stamping owls. Yeah, they love to sprawl, don't they? Yeah. Squash love to run. We've got a couple of really nice ones that look like they're about ready to pick. I think I can freeze squash. We can't eat all of that fresh. Watermelons, we've got a couple. I don't know, one looked like it's not very good. They're taking over my car spot where I park my car. So pretty soon I won't have a place to park my car. I'll have to park it out on the street. I don't like to park it on the street, but I will. But pretty soon we'll be harvesting all of that. We had our first sweet corn the other day. Our sweet corn is late too, but boy, it was good. It was nice and tender. He says we're going to have a lot of sweet corn. But after I came back from the lake, that corn patch, you could hardly get in it for the weeds. And I went out there, I spent a couple hours pulling weeds out of that sweet corn so we could walk down the row. It looks nice out there now. My tomatoes did not do well. His tomatoes are finally starting to ripen. He brought in some Roma tomatoes, but they didn't grow big. They're just kind of like 3 inches, if I'm lucky, and maybe 1.5 inches thick. They didn't get very big, but they were getting ripe, so he brought them in. I think I'm going to try to make a little... I saw once where I think she dehydrated them, and then she made a powder out of them that she could reconstitute. And you can make sauce. I don't have... By the time I get the skin off of them to make the sauce, I won't have very many, period. Our tomatoes did not do well this year. And I'm thinking maybe some of that dirt has too much compost on it. I'm hoping next year that we'll till it in better. I asked the guy who trimmed the trees, he's local here. And he used to till the garden for my brother. He's got a tiller that he can ride. And when I tilled this spring, the tiller smoked up and out for me. I think my brother thinks it's done for. And I asked this guy if he would till our garden in the spring, and he said he would. So I'm hoping that his tiller is powerful enough to mix some of that compost in with I think the compost has too much nitrogen in it, and I think it's really affecting our garden plants. But I think next year will be better. It just probably needs time to... I'm going to stamp some this way. And I'm tempted to buy a couple more raised beds. I kind of like my raised bed because it's pretty easy to weed. You know, it doesn't get that many weeds in it. And I think I kind of overcrowded my plants in there. And I was watching this one channel. She owns a farm and acreage, and she's always talking about organic farming and all of that. And she said she got them off of Amazon. She said she bought like 1,000 zinnia seeds. And she talks a lot about planting for pollinators. And I was thinking that that would be nice, because we don't need that many vegetables because there's only 2 of us. I was thinking about planting a bunch of zinnia next year, too. We do the sweet corn. We enjoyed zucchini. I froze a lot of zucchini. We had cucumbers. His cucumbers might still be producing. They look pretty good out there. We'll have nice potatoes. We might get a couple watermelons. The squash, we'll get some squash. We have enough for us. I think we got a little eggplant out there too. I'm tempted to bring it in and cook it. It's about like that. It's fatter and rounder than long. But I think if I don't get it off the vine here pretty soon, it's gonna rot on the vine if I don't pick it. Alrighty then. Let's see what I can do with my pen. I think I'll use that. I like that marker that I could use a Sharpie. Let's see if I can fill in some of this. Make it. Make them a little better. I am going to put these on the postcards. That one was pretty good. Some of these got light in the center here. I was concentrating on this part and didn't get enough ink on the tummy area. Yeah, this Sharpie's doing a pretty good job. Arlene, how'd that helicopter still hovering around your house? I hope they find whatever they're looking for. You'll have to listen to the local news. More veggies. Diane, she says she grows grape flowers, succulents, and ferns. I think I'm going to try some aloe. I think you can grow that in the house. I was watching a video. No, I was reading. I got some magazines. I got more magazines at the library. But I only brought home 1 bag instead of 10. And Juju said her library had a book sale. I think she said she brought home 2 boxes. Only 2 boxes, she said. We're having a library sale. They always have it with what they call the old trusty days in our county. They have a big doings with old farm equipment. They call it old trusty days. That they usually have a quilt show and a craft show. I think I'm going to go to it this year. You have to pay to get in. But I think I'm going to try just, maybe for an afternoon. But they also have a book sale. And I usually go to that, but goodness knows, I don't need any more books. I was thinking about maybe taking some back, gutting some, just gut them. And Mom, we have all Mom's books. I'm a little bit more wary about gutting those. I don't need any more books. And I didn't need any more magazines, but I brought them in here today. I thought that I would sit here and tear up magazines while I'm chatting with you. And we'll fix these owls here. And I have in the back of my car, I have those law books. I put them back in the back of my car to get them out of the way in the back porch. And I've got I've got some old piano keys. Arlene might remember those. I got them a couple years ago. And I was going to put them around a wooden box that I got at Menards, but I discovered the piano keys are curved. The wood is curved. So when I put them on the box, they go like this, you know, so they don't really, I think the only other option is to either cut them or to make a wind chime out of them, a wooden wind chime. But I got a box of those sitting in the back of my car that need to come out. And those law books, and then I bought that chair. My brother did when we took that wooden shelf that I cleared out of this room. We took it out in the garage, and when we did that, he was able to get down in the basement just to check things out. He goes down there every now and then to check things, make sure everything's good down there. And he brought up his sander, and I want to sand and paint that chair. I can't do much outside when it's so hot, but now it's getting cooler. So I've got enough things around here to do. And then there was all these boxes need to be sorted and cleared, and I'll be a busy lady. I get tired. I want to sit and read my magazines. All right, I think these are good enough to put on the postcards. So now I'm going to sit here and cut them out. I said, hi to Juju. Whatever it was, I will see it in the paper tomorrow. Now the police cars are down a bit. I guess they got him. Wow. I'm glad they got whoever it was. To have that helicopter and police cars, he must have been on the run. I watch those police car chases on YouTube. I'm addicted to them. I'm going, those stupid people, they should know by now they can't outrun those cops. And they do those pit maneuvers on them, just totally wreck those cars. And I guess down in Arkansas and Florida seem to be the worst states. It happens in Ohio, and it happens all over the country. I'm going, those people, what do they think that they can get away from those cops for? But most of them have no choice because they got drugs in their car. They're dealers, drug dealers, and the police find all sorts of drug stuff in the back of their car. I'm addicted to them. I'm trying not to watch so many of them because they all end up the same. A crashed car, and some of them actually don't make it out of the crashes. Some of those drivers get killed just by trying to get away from the police. And they can run into neighborhoods like what Arlene is. If that police cop or that helicopter was out after him, he was probably in the neighborhood. Because, you know, the helicopter can see where they run off to where the police can't. So I'm glad they got him, Arlene, or it sounds like they maybe got him. She's going to tell us what it was all about let's see, today is, I probably won't stream. This is Tuesday. I probably will not stream tomorrow morning. I've got some Fib Diggity creator stuff I need to get done. I got it all printed. It needs to be cut out. And I got to send out my thank yous today. And we're having a stream Thursday night with the Fib Diggity creators if you're in that membership room. I'm trying to get caught up with August. And Jacqueline, if you're out there listening, I think we are going to do the bird journals in October, November, December. I want to talk about that Thursday night with you guys, because I have an idea of how we can approach that to where we can actually do the journals and have a pretty complete journal. You know, we only do 2 live streams a month, and that would be 3 months. That would only be 6 pages, but I think we can do better than that. So, and I have some thoughts on it, so I want to talk about it Thursday night. And if you're out there and can make it, please do. But if you can't make it, there's always the replay. I've been sending thank yous to the folks. In fact, I'll show you the thank you I'm sending. Whoops, what did I do with it? They are getting these stickers. These are stickers. We're doing a Harrison Fisher project, and he drew these. This is called Betty Love, I think. It's either Betsy Love or Betty Love. I think it's Bessie Love. But they're each getting, for coming, they're getting a small sticker and a large sticker. These are the extras that I'm going to put in my journal. Alrighty, I'm fussy cutting this morning. I'm only going to be on till 9. This is Tuesday. I think Pink Girly comes on. No, Kathy Berg comes on. I get my days, my people and days mixed up. Kathy Berg comes on after me on Tuesdays. And I need to run off to the post office and get I got them all addressed. I just need to take them to the post office and mail them. I tried yesterday. I was 15 minutes too late. They closed at 2:15 and I got there at 2:30. So I went to the library. And then I went and got my car licensed, and then I went to Dollar General, and then I came home, read my book. That was my day yesterday. I didn't think that book was going to be very interesting. I have my favorite authors. I like Francine Rivers. I like Jennifer Chiaverini. And they didn't have any new books. I've read all their books. So I checked out this one by Maria somebody. Rowan, I think it is. And it's about this lady in England, and she was upper class, and her husband asked for a divorce. I think it's called Mrs. Endicott's Adventures or something like that, and the title of it. And anyway, she's completely befuddled. He's in his 50s, and he's marrying a young lady, got her pregnant, was asking for a divorce so he could marry his young lady. And she's marrying him obviously for the money, the young lady is. and because she said he's not a keeper. And so she finally consulted her attorney and tricked him into giving her more money than she asked for, more money than she really wanted, so that when they bargained it down, she got what she needed. So she stowed his Bentley, and they're off. She took her maid with her, who was being abused by her husband, and another older lady whose health was failing, and they took the Bentley and ferried across the channel to the southern France. And the Bentley, I'm telling you this whole story, the Bentley broke down in a little fishing town. And that's where they are now, in that little fishing town. Oh, and she rescued a young lady who was being kidnapped. They stopped to get gas along the way, and this young lady was in the car, and she rescued the young lady, and so now they have a young French lady with them, and is going to have pregnant, is going to have a baby, and she's French, so she knows the French language, but she doesn't have any skills. So I'm curious to know how this story is going to end up. Is she got her maid, who's being abused by her husband, and who thinks she was going to get beat up if she went back, but she needs to go back. And then she's got the older lady whose health is failing, and she's got herself. I'm curious to know how this story's going to end. It's kind of a nice read. It's not a, I want to say, it's a fiction, it's a novel, it's a nice read. It's not a mystery where they're trying to solve a murder or anything. It's just kind of telling about their trip, filling us in on how they all got there. It's a fun read. Usually I don't go for these types of books. I like the World War II books about the ladies who flew the planes in World War II, like Nancy Wade and those French resistance. I kind of like those books. Kind of historical novels. This is not a historical novel, but it's not a sappy romance novel either. Some of those books, they have such dirty language in them that I read a chapter and I'm done. I think they have to think that they have to talk dirty to sell their books. Luckily, I don't buy them. I go to the library. I'm going, this would be a decent story if you would quit talking putting all those dirty words in it. And I can take a little sexual stuff, but when it's just full of it, you know that, and they can't get their mind off of it. I can take some because, it's just part of life, but I can't take it when it's just, that's all they talk about. I'm done with it. I'm going, there's more to life. So I watch a police chase video on my phone. You need to stop watching those and watch some art channels, Mary. I'm stuck on these DIY channels, do it yourself. There was a lady who was showing how to make porcelain like clay. She used silicone and cornstarch and something else. And I thought, I've got to try that. I have everything. And she was talking about, and I might, when I go to town next, I have to go pretty soon here. She showed how to make those silicone molds. You make your own silicone molds. And I thought that would be fun for some embellishments or wax. Of course, wax, I heat the wax. I guess I could put it in a mold, but generally you heat it and use a stamp over it in it. And I'm always watching that Be Good's lettering. She puts up a lot of shorts of whatever she's working on. What's going on in chat? Arlene says, last night I got obsessed with watching mid-air refueling with the U.S. Air Force. Oh, that's interesting. Juju says, sorry, never hit the enter button. Hey, Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. The enter button. Kimberly says, someone's going to fall in love with the local fisherman. Yeah, I think that is going to happen. Their car broke down, and, you know, it broke down, and they drove into this. They were on their way to the French Riviera, to the south of France. I don't know French geography that well, but that's where they were heading. And it made it to this small town, small French town along the coast or wherever. And they parked in the wrong spot. And the good-looking fisherman came out and was grumping at them. You got to move that car, you English lady. You think you can just park anywhere just because you're from England and you look rich? It was that type of a meeting. But he ended up finding them a place to stay and rounded up the local fishermen, and they moved the car out of the way so that when the boats came in, the only way that they can get needed supplies is by boat. He needed that car out of the way. And then they needed a place to stay for the night. So, you know, this was just a small town, but there was a little bed and breakfast type thing, I think it was, hotel, whatever. They rented out rooms, and the proprietor was going to, because they were from England and they looked rich, they were going to cheat them, make them pay more to stay the night because they were desperate, and he put a stop to that. So I think she is, Kimberly, falling in love with this fisherman. But she's on the rebound. She's spending all of her money that she got out of the divorce settlement. And this is pre-World War II, and they're heading from England to France, and you know what happened in World War II. Hitler hasn't taken over the country yet. So I'm keep going, you're in danger, lady. I know. I'm in 2025. We know what happened. Go back home. Well, you may not be any safer back there in London. But I'm sitting there going, lady, don't spend all your money. Be wise with it. You know, she was the wife of a banker in London, and she had all these nice clothes, and she left most of them at home. She didn't take all the nice clothes with her because she could only take so much, because she was taking 2 more people and added another one along the way. But it's a fun read. It's a read that it does keep me interested. I want to know how it ends. But I generally don't read these type of books, but at least it's not a sappy. Some books I'll read the first chapter and I go, oh no, I don't like this book at all. I put it down, never pick it up again. But I haven't done much reading lately, and I thought my brother likes to read. He reads all those patent books. James Patton, he likes all those. And I haven't been to the library all summer, so I found 3 that he hadn't read yet. That's probably the end of it until a new one comes out again. I think he's read and that library has them all. I mean, they must have a bookshelf and a half of just patent books. And he's read almost every one of them. He likes to read them. And I tried a couple other authors on him. I asked him, how did you like it? And he'd go, oh, they're okay, but they're not the same. I'm going, well, it's a different author. And he's stuck on those James Patton books. And I think my grandniece is too. She likes to read him. And she started high school this year. She's driving her own car. She works at a local gift shop on Saturdays. Plays volleyball on Sundays. I'm going, lady, you need time to... I asked how her grades were going last year, and she was in the honors class. So, I don't know. I think high school is going to be a bit of a challenge to her. I keep my mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut, Mary. Mind your own business. Let them live their life. Make their mistakes. We all make our mistakes. They gotta be free to grow and learn about things themselves. So even though I think things and I voice them to my brother, but I'm pretty careful about voicing my opinions to my family other than my brother, because it isn't going to help the situation any. Not helping, Mary. I used to, but I got wise in my older age. Sometimes it's wise just to zip your mouth and sit back and watch. See how right you were in the end. And we had I think I might have told you guys about this. I'm not sure. I order my brother's medication because he has a hard time talking to the VA on the phone, and they have all these menus, and you have to go through a lot of steps on the phone to order your medication, and he gets lost along the way. He can do it, but I do it for him. It's just easier that way. And I ordered some medication about a week or so ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And not long after that, we got a phone call, and the guy said, he said, I said, well, are you with the VA? He seemed to know about my brother's VA status and everything, and he says, well, we work with them. And he was telling us about this kickback policy, this kickback deal that if they're on Part B Medicare, VAs can get Medicare Part A and B, and my brother has it. Well, they can get a part of that premium back as a kickback. And, we didn't know about it. And he says, well, he called them the senior benefit something or other. And he says, well, we call around and educate the seniors. Well, I think I got more of an education than I wanted, because he ended up, I researched the kickback program, and you have to have a Medicare Advantage policy. And he was trying to, he was leading up to selling us, he was a broker, and he said he wasn't selling anything, he was educating us. And I got very suspicious, and I ended up canceling everything, told him we weren't interested. And I didn't hear anything, and about a week it was last Wednesday, I think. He showed up at our door. And I got kind of rude to him. I said, I don't mean to be rude, but I canceled. He said, well, did you talk to me on the phone? And I said, yes, I talked to you on the phone. I texted you, you know, and I know I did. And he tried to hand me his business card, and I just wouldn't take it. I just said, we're not interested. And I sent him away. And I told my brother, I said, I'm so glad I stayed home that day, because my brother probably would have thought he was going to get all kind of money refund. Well, that kickback doesn't come to your bank account. It goes to pay the premium for the Medicare Advantage, whatever. If you research it, you find out that it isn't all roses. You get something, but you have to buy a policy to get it. And that's what he was trying to sell us. And I haven't heard from him again, but I wouldn't be surprised. He showed up at our door after I told him we weren't interested and canceled everything. And that kind of made me mad. I'm going, and he was from Omaha, and that's an hour and a half drive. And you wasted your trip down here, man. You know, charge it to his business account. But high pressure salesman kind of irritated me, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'd try again. And I told my brother, I said, don't you give him any personal information. I wonder if I have a sandpaper in here. I said, once they get your bank information and all of that, I said, don't you give it to him. And my brother would have probably thought he was going to get money from him. And he's got some bad reviews on the internet. I researched him. He's got some bad reviews. He's got some good reviews, but those good reviews can be fake, too. I'm looking for a piece of sandpaper. You know, they can put their own good reviews out or have their friends do it. And you got to be careful. And I sent him packing, but I'm looking for sandpaper. I thought I had I might have taken it out in the other room. I put a new blade in my cutter. I got blades for my X-Acto knife. I need one for the utility knife. I'm looking. Hold on. I need to clean this door out. Is that sandpaper? No. Well, I might have removed it from here. And I think Rebecca Wills had a sale yesterday, and I missed it because I went to the library, which was probably a good thing, because I probably would have spent money I didn't need. I got a package coming from her. Here, no, those aren't sandpaper. Well, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I want to fix those cards. Let me snap this thing closed. All right. Hold on. Mary's going to see if I can't get to my toolbox. I want to fix those postcards. Let's see what I have here. Oh, it's heavy. Everything is heavy. What do I have in this box? That's it, I forget. Oh, this is from Jacqueline. This has sunshine paper in it. I was going to go through this one day. I don't want to get sidetracked. I want my toolbox. And it's buried. I have to stand up. Where is it? All I want is a piece of sandpaper. I need to clean all these boxes out. I don't know what I did with my toolbox. I don't see it. Is it way down there? No. Those are those book covers. Hold it. That's that lamp. I got stuff here that I need to... I might have taken that toolbox in the other room. What's this? Hold on. I've got to clean all that out. I kind of know what's here, like this. I keep this pretty close to the top. Well, fiddlesticks. I wanted to fix those postcards. We're going on the other side. I got some owls that I need to trim up here from the other day. This is how it goes at my house. I don't know how it is for you guys, but this is how things get stacked up. I work on things. I still need to put that other red button on this July journal's all done. The July journal, I need a red button on the back here. And I got it here someplace. And then I want to put 2025, and I want to put a tassel there. This is my packing paper journal. Some papers. Folder from Debbie Epps, some Gina stuff. This is just all stacked up over here. I just stack it up. I'm trying to get down to my box that I might have some sandpaper in. She says as she moves things off of it. Let's check in here. Do I have any sandpaper in here? I've got old postcards, note cards, a foam base, note cards. I don't see my sandpaper. I need to take this off of my desk because I don't do diddly with it. I guess I got my Putz house, my English cottage Putz house. I got some Rebecca trim I want to put on here, and it needs a chimney. I should make another Putz house. Well, I don't see the sandpaper. All of that, and I can't find my sandpaper. What's in this box? Buttons. Buttons. I don't see my sandpaper. I thought I had sandpaper in here. I was wrong. I'm going to put some of this stuff in there. That can be tossed. And that's scratch paper. That's just an envelope. That's just an envelope. I like to keep those because I put stuff in there. I'll put some of this stuff in there. get it off of my... And then I'll pull it all out thinking that I packed it away. What's this? I think these are just signatures. Put that in there. I was working on Gina's, trying to use up the papers I got from Gina a couple years ago. Let me just put this stuff, that's trash. It's my fib diggity stuff. Well, this didn't help me at all. It's my ladies that I was doing. Keep those out. That goes with those, some paint brushes. And I'll go through this box again sometime and say, this watercolor paper, I need those addresses. That's too big to put in there. I'm going to cut that up. These I'm going to keep out because I might want to do some more half dolls. I did those the other night because Jenny wanted to do them. All right, these can stay out. All right, in my July journal. Oh, I did not find my sandpaper after all of that. I must have taken it out. I'm working on this little journal. I've got some stencils from Debbie Up Stencils I wanted to play with. Buttons. I started making this little journal. You know, this book. And then I decided I didn't like the pages. So here it sits. I don't know what I did with my sandpaper. Got a bag of buttons. I wanted to look in this box. See what I have in here. Took this box down to the lake with me. Pretty well I've emptied it. I got some stuff in there. Alright. No sandpaper to be found. Is there any in here? What's in here? Oh, dust scatter. I've got to use this stuff up. It's just driving me nuts. Alright. Let me move this stuff out of the way. That can be tossed. This can be tossed. A sheet of addresses I need to put on my envelopes. That can be tossed. And that's Happy Mail. Oh. Sorry for the break here. I have to do a little sorting out. I think my sandpaper is on my toolbox, but I don't know what I did with my toolbox. I might have taken it out in the other room. I don't see it. All right. So I'm at a standstill with those postcards. These go in my journal. These little picture things. These are what I mailed to as thank yous to my Fib Diggity creator group who come to my live streams. I like to give them a thank you. I like to say thank you for coming because it's kind of a little extra. I'm going to cut these out, get them off of my desk. Get this stuff off my desk. Let's fix his face. Yeah, he's good as new. What time is it? 8:32. Angie! Hi, Angie girl! How you doing, lady? Did you wake up from your nap? Angie and her naps. She says, is the sun up? We saw the sunrise. Now can we go back to bed? Well, the sun is shining nice. I'd like to take these curtains, these are drapes, and whenever they put up these drapes, I don't like the pins that they use to hook them to the rod. They're just little plastic things. And I keep them closed because they break so easy. The little pins break. And I'm thinking about, after I get this room to a point to where I can work with them, I'm going to take those drapes down. And I bought some curtain rod things from, but they have clips on them. I don't know if I want to use those. I'll get some of those round rods, and I want to redo these drapes in here so I can open and close them. I can't open and close these drapes because they fall off of they're safe now, but I can't open and close my drapes because those little plastic things break. And I hate them. I don't hate, but you know, I don't like them. They don't work. These little things I'm going to put in my journal, I think. Put some in my writing journal, put some in my bird journals. We're going to finish up our Fibdiggity project, and then we're going to do, it was Jacqueline's idea to do bird journals, October, November, December. We're going to do that in the Fibdiggity Creator membership area. And I have a couple things that I want to do in the first room. And I keep not getting it done. I still have this Christmas tree, this paper Christmas tree. This is a pattern for and I need to finish it up this year. This is a branch. It opens up. It opens up, doesn't it? Or is that just half of it? No, I think it opens up. No, I think that's just half of it. But anyway, it's a paper Christmas tree, and you have all these branches that fit on a dowel rod. And this one, this is just half of it. I don't think this opens up. You can't tell. Doesn't look like looks like it's just half of it. And I started making it a couple years ago, and I never got it finished. It sits over on the other side of the room. Oh, this little owl needs some help, don't you? I don't know how this went. We'll get him going again here. Yeah, he's looking better. Get these cut and out of my way here. As long as I'm just puttering around this morning. That's what I should have put in my title. Puttering. I'm puttering. But sometimes when you putter, you actually get some stuff done. But I can't find my sandpaper. I might have taken it out in the other room, put with his sander. And I think I took his sander out in the garage where we put that wooden shelf. I put the sander, the drill, and the little 6-inch chainsaw out in the garage. Got it out of the back porch. And my sandpaper might be out there. I need to go to town. I might do I want to go today? I don't know if I want to go back. I have to go to the post office. I wasn't going to go to that town. I was going to go to the smaller town across the way. I don't know. I'm deciding what I want to do for the rest of the day. I really want to stay home and get things done here. I'm not really wanting to go to town. Too far away. It wears me out. I tell you, I'm getting old. I went over to the library yesterday and I came home and I was tired. Of course, I didn't sleep that great either. I'm getting old. I just want to be at home. This is the last one. I need to carve some more stamps. We'll think about it. I need to sort out boxes. I need to get that box out of my back room so that I can start sorting boxes in and get them out of the dining room there. Taking up space out there that is in the way. I'm going to have to work on these tomorrow. The rest of these. We'll put them all together. I'll have to sort out the best of the owls. Sorry to bore you. Didn't mean to bore you. Alright, so I've got some papers here that keep it. I wanted to. This was paper I tore for, what was I making? And it didn't tear nice here. I don't know if I can. I was making watercolor sheets. What I was doing here. Where's my ruler? Oh, I think I scored that. So I could fold it and tear it. I need to put my glass. I'm going to get a new foam board. I warped my foam board. There we go. We got some deckled watercolor paper. Put my ink away. Keep my little owl out. Alrighty. What's next, Mary? Oh, I know what I want to do. What time is it? It's 8:41. I got about 20 minutes. I had a sack. I threw them in that box where all that stuff should go. Let me reach for a sack here. What's this? Crushes. I brought a bunch of sacks in for the trash. And I'm not reaching. I don't want that one. It's too big. I'm going to put those owls in a baggie here, if I can find one. What's in here? What is this? Tea bags? Those are tea bags. That's too big for my owls. That's a piece of ribbon. Put the owls in there and the postcards in there. This is why I save these. I save all these little bags. They get in the way sometimes, but when you want to keep things together, it's handy to have them. I'll put all those little owls in this bag so I don't lose them. I wanted to finish these up today, but I can't find my sandpaper. I'm ready to move on after cutting all those guys out. Always a pain. But they're there. Now let's put these in here. I appreciate you guys who get these bags and send your stuff in these nicer bags, because I do reuse them when I buy stuff at the sales. Not everybody bags them up. Most people do, though. Jacqueline does. Debbie Epps does. I don't buy from Pearl anymore. Pearl I used to get bigger stuff from her, like tablecloths and stuff like that, and I get those big bags from her. Okay, we'll work on those tomorrow. What I want to do now, push all those pins to the side here, is I went to the library. Let's grab some. I'm just going to tear apart some of these magazines for the rest of the stream because I don't want them sitting around. And I'm going to throw away. They had a lot of travel magazines. I'm going to do what I did the other day. What I don't use, they're going to go, what doesn't call to me. I think this is mostly a travel magazine. I might save this one for a glue book. It's a nice thick one. Save that one for a glue book. But I love these Nebraska Land magazines because they have such nice pictures in them. But they're hard to, they're stapled. Let me see if my staple remover. Ah, I knew right where it was. I put it back where it belonged. Becky says, a place for everything. Grandma told me a place for everything and everything in its place. And when you get into the habit of doing that, that helps. But Mary, sometimes, no, the staple is, find it here. No, I usually tear some off before I get to the, it's too much. They're hard. I don't like stapled magazines. They're kind of hard to tear apart. And then you have to pull the staple out. Might be in that bunch. See, they have nice pictures, these Nebraska land. No, the staple's in here. Just can't find it there. The other one's there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Those are nice. The Nebraska Land magazine, I have to say, they do a really nice job of their photography. And usually if I get those staples out, the rest of the magazine is easy to take apart. It looks like I got, no, it's two different ones. I think there's a staple in here. It's hard to find them sometimes. So what I'm going to do, I don't go for everything like this, but I'm going to take them apart today. That's kind of a nice picture though. I'm going to take them apart today, and then I'll go through, this goes in here, I'll go through and, oh look, there's fireworks. I needed that in July. Find the center of this magazine. The staples are there. I don't know if I can get those. Loosened up might be easier than I think. And this way. It's hard to find it on these green magazines. One more. Be careful with those staples. Ooh, that's beautiful. My brother says, what do you do with those pictures? I use them in my art journals. These are a lot of nature pictures in here, but they are nice. I don't go for all of them, but so there's two. Summer Gold. This is another travel one. I'll save these for glue magazines. Here's the Nebraska Capitol building has a lot of mosaics and murals in there. Yeah, I don't know. This one's thicker if I can find the staples in here. Find the center of the magazine. Seems to work if I can find the center and then open them up and then pull them out from the other side. This magazine is thicker though. I don't know if I'm going to have the same type of luck. That one came out. Keeping an eye on the time, it's 8:51. I got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes. See, my pages are loose now, and it's a lot easier to pull the pages out and fussy cut out what I want and throw away the rest. I won't have time to fussy cut or throw. I'll just probably just... Ooh, I love that. Army Life. That was an army fort at one time. I got the cannon there. I thought that was a farmhouse. Alright. Here's just the cover. Newman Grove. Looks like somebody was saving an article on Newman Grove. I had a friend, one of my roommates in college was from Newman Grove. This one is not stapled. This one is glued. So I'll do this. And sometimes if you get your knife out and just cut there, get my knife, and just cut. And because you're cutting in the margin, it doesn't matter. And you can just pull pages out pretty easy. I'm getting good at breaking down these magazines. That's what I did when we were down at the lake. I filled a box with... If I can get any more out of there. I filled a box with fussy cuts. I'm going to get those out and start using them. Let's see if I can. I don't know, it's going to... See if I can't get this one done pretty fast. Honor or horror in paradise. Gordon, a town with a tree and 12 churches. Yeah, they have several churches in this little town. They've got 3 that are active. And they've got a Church of Christ, they've got a Catholic church and a Methodist church in this town that are still active. They used to have, there's, I think, 3 churches that are closed up. So that was 6 churches in a town of 1,000 people. Different. And the Catholic Church and they're all pretty active. The churches, I mean, they're supported. They're still going. They're small congregations, but I can't get this torn out of here. This was a thick magazine. Usually when you get down here toward the bottom, you can tear out the last few pages. And this one's being a little stubborn. There we go. Throw that away. That was a pretty thick magazine. Nebraska Land, they usually staple theirs. That one was glued. The Audubon magazines, 3 of them, and I think they're glued too. Now I'm just tearing out sections because I want to get it done. That's only about half of the magazine set that I brought home. I think they're mostly Nebraska Land and Audubon. I might have a couple women's magazines in there. And I'll tear that out later. These are just sections. I'm not going to go through and do every page. Another Audubon. Look at that buffalo, the Bison Massacre. Ooh, look at all the people in that gold car. Some of these magazines are good with the journal spots. Go wild, but stay civilized. I like that as a journal spot. This is some text that says, depending on your point of view, it's just a great set of tools or two really fine knives. I like the text. These look like some air fresheners for their car. Simplify. I can get this torn. Vanishing frogs. Look at that frog. Birds. Snow geese. One more. Ooh, look at that owl. Isn't he cool? He's a cool owl. Minnesota. The most owlish winter. Oh, I gotta get this done now. I gotta quit looking. I have one more magazine here. This is the last one. Oh, there he is again. He's in the snow. Oh, there he is again. It's all about Minnesota's owlish winter. One more. And then I'll go through, take the pages out separately. And it is 8:58. So I'm going to fussy cut these. What I generally do is go through and I'll say, do I want anything there? No, I'll throw it away. Halfway protection. But I might want stuff like this. So, all right, let me come out and refresh my chat. Oh, I saw Pam out there. Hi, Pam. Let me refresh my chat and come out in the last 2 minutes. I saw Mina. Hi, Mina. Mina says, oh, I saw Mama Juju. She says, it will do it for sure. Hi, Ginger, Kimberly says. Ginger says, I only streamed until midnight and then went to bed. My body trashed after working on the craft room for 17 hours. Wow. You mean you're reorganizing it or you're working in it? You said you're working on it, so it makes me think you're reorganizing it. Hi, Lala. I thought I saw Mina. That might have been Mama. Lala, Kimberly, Ginger Cat Lady, Kimberly. I guess that was Mama Juju, not Mina, that I saw. Lala says, please remember. Oh, thank you, Lala. She's reminding you to like, comment, share, subscribe. Angie said, Mary, I'm sick. Oh, Angie, you take care of yourself. Arlene dropped a link to paperglitterglue.com. What is... Oh, there's Mina. She says, hugs, Angie. You think it's your sinus, Angie? Oh, well, we hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Angie. I hope you take care of yourself, girl. Mina, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Mina had an owl journal. Did you get that from Junk Journal Shop, I think? Dar is here. Mama Juju saying hello to Kimberly, Arlene. Mina says, I have to go put in eye drops. All right, everybody. I can't go up any further, so I'm going to say have a great day. It's 9:01. Kathy Burgess coming on. have some time, go watch her. Thank you for sharing part of your Tuesday morning with me. I probably will not be on tomorrow morning. Sometimes I do impromptus on Wednesday morning, but not tomorrow morning. So have a great day, everybody. I will see you at 7 o'clock on Thursday morning. I got things I got to get done here. I need to run to the post office. So have a great day. Bye, everybody.